Oh, just say scrap.
Oh, just say scrap.
As something new.
As something new.
It's Make It Mondays just for you. So come and see what we are creating. Make It Mondays just for you.
Hello everybody, I hope you are enjoying this beautiful Make It Monday. We are actually going to bring in our Lake Life scrapbooking kit that just was released with Stampin' Up. So we're super excited to bring this to you because it is brand new and still available. And the kit is actually really cute. So as you know, we like to paper save, so we had that fish paper as our background, but since we are doing this square on the middle of it, we decided that we were going to paper save just to save a little bit more of the B&T paper that we have from Close to My Heart. So that's what we did first. Then we layered everything down. We used the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide on the paper, as you see there. That is what it was called for. If you need one of those, I'm pretty sure we have one still available in the shop, so let us know. And then we started to layer everything else. So as you see here, I actually made a mistake. This paper was supposed to go on first, but it also let me paper save a little bit more, so I just cut off a few strips that were supposed to go across the paper there, and I saved the whole inside of that icon paper. So then I just kept embellishing a little bit more. We also used the Speckled Egg Distress Oxide on that circle there, and then we just continued to embellish. So then we added a few journaling strips here, and then we finished embellishing the rest of this page, and that is page 1. So it was super simple and actually really fun to do. There are a bunch of little die cuts, so like those hearts are punch outs and things like that. You just want to make sure that when you are punching everything out of the special sheets that you get in our scrapbooking kits that you don't lose anything, because there are a lot of smaller pieces in this kit specifically. So just when you're doing it, be aware of that. And then we're adding that sticker as a nice pop-up, just so we have some dimension on our page, which you know we love. So we're just adding all of these things. Also, those two little, like the arrow and the fish I just added, those are also punch outs. So like I said, just be careful because everything is super tiny for this kit. So then we started building page number 2. Unlike the last page, we did not paper save this, because when you have multiple different pieces that are going on top of each other, it's a little bit harder. So as you saw there, I actually cut the sticker because I didn't want to waste the whole sticker for putting photo mats over it. So as you see here, I'm kind of using my T-square ruler, using the photo mats and covering that area. So those two little dots, it does call for you to put the sticker across the whole thing. Like I said, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to waste that 12 by 12 sticker, so I didn't do that. So this one, like I said though, we didn't paper save the background because it's multiple layers of paper that are going on. For the other one, we had one solid sheet that could go around and cover the whole, where this one we would have had 4 different pieces, so it wouldn't have worked as well. So that's kind of how I determined what I'm going to paper save and what I am not going to paper save. So as you see here, we're just embellishing, finishing up the finishing touches on this, and I did actually pop up one of the triangles to make it a little bit more dimensional. So those little fishes, these are really cool. They're kind of like wood grain die cuts that came with the kit. They're special to the kit. And these, they wanted you to take the speckled egg and kind of give the fish two-tone color. So that's what we did there. So that was page 1 and 2, and now we're going to go on to layout 2. So I'm really excited about finishing this whole kit because it really does have some awesome designs and things like that when you want to do something outdoorsy. This doesn't necessarily have to be outdoors either. You can use this for so many different occasions, like all of Close to My Heart's kits. But this one definitely specifically focuses on nature, I guess I would say. So as you see here, I'm being crazy. I wanted to paper save a little bit. So I am backing all of these little pieces of this cutout that we had. And I am putting the photo mats down first, then I'm putting those little pieces of paper and I'm just trimming them so the photo mats are seen. This is totally not necessary, but if you want to save more of the paper pack like I wanted to, then you can totally do this. If you actually have photos and things like that, it would be a lot easier to do so. as you see too, I kind of had the glue go over a little bit. I just want to make sure that's covered because I am paper saving, so that glue is going to be exposed. I just really, really loved this paper. It looks like water, and I just thought that was a whole big waste of that whole inner square. So that's why I wanted to paper save and do exactly what I'm doing here. The photo mats will get glued a little bit on the edges, but that's totally okay with me. I can always slip a photo underneath them, so that's why I didn't glue them down completely. But as you saw there, that's what the background looked like. It's a little messy, but once I actually have the page completed with photos, I can make sure all of those loose ends would be glued down. I can also use White Daisy and back the entire page with that. That is also another option if you don't like all of those loose ends, but it's saving that water paper that is special to this kit. So, you know, there's always different ways to paper save, and you can always use a different background to make the page a little bit more solid. So when you put it into an album, it's easier to slide in and out. But here we are just finishing embellishing this page, and it really does look so cute. I love when Close to My Heart has these special kits because they are able to give us these special cutouts. So this is something probably you could cut on the Cricut. You'd have to maybe create the background, or if you have any of the Close to My Heart Cricut cartridges, they probably do have something that you can cut like this. But that is, like I said, one of the reasons why we really love these kits, because you do get all of these different designs. And so, you know, you could do this with circles, you could do this with triangles, you could do it with octagons if you really want to, instead of the hexagons. So, you know, you can have a lot of fun with these pages. The other thing that's really cool about the Close to My Heart kits is you don't actually have to follow the directions completely either. You can change up your papers. You can do whatever you want. Some people don't even look at the directions and just take the die cuts and stuff. Like Mom and I usually buy 2 kits of each. So the first kit we follow the directions, and then the second kit we just do whatever we want. So you kind of have those different options to play around, create your own things with the special die cuts that Close to My Heart gives you in this kit. So as you see here, we moved on to page 2 of layout 2, and we are just embellishing a little bit. We put down all those paper strips and our photo mats here. We've got that journaling square on here, and with this one, I wanted to make sure that sticker didn't go over my photo mat, so I backed it with some of the back of the sticker sheet, and we're just finishing up the embellishing. I really also like how Close to My Heart saves paper when they give you these kits. That hexagon that I just put down and the heart, I believe, both of them, did come from the centers of the last page that we punched out. So when you are taking die cuts apart, do be careful not to rip them because it will say on the back what they actually go to. So project 1, project 2, project 3. So make sure that you really are looking at those before you rip anything or throw anything out by mistake. So I forgot to put Lake Days on the first page, so we just went back and we took those special die cuts and we are adding that to the first page. I did use the speckled egg in the one spot, so I didn't completely forget, but I kind of did. So it's okay if you forget something or if you have anything extra at the end. Stickers usually there are extras of, but die cuts there's usually not. So if you do have an extra in a kit, it's probably used somewhere, so I would go back and look at that. There was one die cut that was left over from this kit that I couldn't find where it went. It's the cattails, I think they're called. It's those little things. So there is one die cut that was left over, but there's so many different places in the kit that you can use it if you want to personally use it. So this is now layout 3. So you might be asking yourself once again why I didn't paper save the background of this. Well, once again, it is 2 different pieces of paper. Yes, it's only 2, and they are a little bit bigger, so I probably could have paper saved, but I would have put a strip along the split in between the paper because the paper saving wouldn't have looked good if I didn't do that because the paper would keep separating. But it was also on Seabrook, so that's something that I have a little bit more of, especially because it's a 24 pack of Seabrook that I have, so I didn't feel, and I mean, they also give you the backgrounds, obviously, in these kits, so you do get that paper as well. So I didn't feel like I needed to paper save because it wasn't a B&T paper. It's something that I have a little bit more resources of. So that is the only reason why I didn't with the splitting of the paper. If it was a solid paper, I obviously would have paper saved, but that's kind of just my thinking. So you guys can do whatever your heart desires with paper saving, not paper saving, and all that jazz. So we're just building this. We're on to layout 3, so this is page number 5. And as you see there, on those die cuts that I kind of have sitting there that I was looking for, those cattails, I was flipping through the book because I was trying to figure out if they were actually used or not. Those cattails, I couldn't find where they were used. So I didn't use them for anything. So now they're extra for my kit, and when I put pictures on it, they will be added to it. But as you saw there, I did take the vintage photo and I did add that to the hearts and also to the other grass kind of along the top to give it a little bit of a textured look. I am not using my blending brushes. I totally could be using my blending brushes with all of these. I just happen to take my other tool to use them instead of the blending brushes. Both work really well. I can't think of the name of this one right now. I'm sorry, my brain is shot right now. But okay, so as you saw what I did there with the 2 pieces, the 2 squares, that one with all the words on it is obviously completely covered, almost completely covered. And this is actually something that they talked about during an album retreat once with Close to My Heart, is when you're doing these clusters, why are you wasting all of that paper? If you know that it's going to tuck underneath one of the other pages, cut out the part that's under the paper, because it's such beautiful paper. Why are you covering it? And then you can use it for a different embellishment somewhere else. So that is something that they did talk about one time in some workshop that they did. I'm pretty sure that it was an album retreat, but it's just an awesome idea and technique, and you get more paper out of it. So we're now just putting the finishing touches on our layout, and that is the end of our Lake Life kit. So this is layout 3, and now we will go into a little bit more detail of all of the pages. So this, like I said, is a really cute kit. It does focus on nature a little bit more, but I mean, even on this page, if you wanted to change out the fish and kind of just change it for a more neutral background, you can use this for anything. Some of the stickers you might have to change up, but this would be a really cute baby shower page maybe, especially with all of these different shapes and everything. If you take out the sayings like lake days, you don't have to have that. You can have it, if it's a baby boy, you could have like baby shower there or something else like that. There's so many different options for all of the Close to My Heart layouts, and there's so many different ways to change up the embellishment clusters to make it exactly what you need it to be. So this is just such a cute kit. I know that we'll probably be using it for Smuggler's Notch because that's what we use all of these pages for. But actually my in-laws also just bought a boat and basically a lake house. So they moved away last summer. So these also would be great for when we visit them. But that's another Make It Monday.